Hello, everybody, and welcome back to M&J Games. I am Michael, and today we are looking at a park that I've been waiting about a year to come out, and it's called Carla's Gardens, created by Dipindods, or as some of you may know as Harry Dodds on the Facebook group. And the description says, "Welcome to Carla's Gardens. This is a park challenge park set to hard. It features 3 coasters with lots of triggers, 2 beautiful track rides, and 8 highly themed flat rides, all spread out in 3 countries. Don't miss Captain Jack's fireworks show at 8 p.m. Okay, so I gotta remember that fireworks show 8 p.m. Walk all the highly themed queue lines and take a ride on the railroad. Have a laugh playing the scavenger hunt. All the clues are posted at the spawn point. Can you that word's bleeped out, so I don't know what that says. All the hidden jokes, I'm guessing find, or all the hidden jokes. This is a realistic park build with backstage throughout the park and transfer tracks for the coasters. The park is celebrating its 150th anniversary today, so have a great time experiencing my park, Harry. And I am just super, super excited for this park because I can get a lot of inspiration from this, and you'll see just the way that Harry goes about building his buildings and making them so unique, and the decorating is just second to none. So I'm excited to get started, and let's get started with the tour.
Here we are at the entrance to Carla's Gardens, and right here we've got a scavenger hunt clues per area. I've taken a picture of it on my phone. I'm just so bad with scavenger hunts, so we'll see how this goes. And I've got to try to keep the video under an hour, so we'll see. But right away, vintage trash can. You've got, nice detailing here on the pillars and stuff. I think that's really nice. You know, I've said this a lot. I'm not a huge fan of the curbs they give you in the game, especially this kind of ugly wooden looking one. So I usually like the custom curb stuff, but I love using these planters as kind of wall pieces as well. So Imogen's flowers here in the entrance area. So, okay, those are just lights. So this is, look at this building. It's just the detail on it is so nice. You've got the lights going around. Just so much detail. We'll take a look at everything at night as well. This is really, really cool. Really good job with the floral arrangements and stuff. So, tour guides. You've got today's tour guides. Oh, okay. Here we are. You got your tour guide today is obviously me, Michael from M&J Games. So if you didn't already know that, but now here is the ticket window. Doing something a little bit different with the windows there. All right, M&J's flowers. What is said? I don't even know. Like I said, I'm just so bad at scavenger hunts. I'm usually the person that hangs around in the back and just kind of lets everybody else do their thing. I have no idea. So it said scavenger hunt clues per area. It might be something we have to look at from above. So we'll not worry about that right now. We'll see if there's anything there at the end. But welcome to Carla's Garden, celebrating 150 years. And one thing that I can tell right away, one detail that I love is having those fencing pieces, which in theory you would just like pull down overnight and it would cover up the entrance area. And then you've colored the security guards something different. Obviously those are animatronics, but you've gone through and you've colored the workers' clothes differently. There we go. There's a Beauty and the Beast. I'm just kidding. I always forget the name of those characters. So we got VIP pass. We got staff only back here. So this would be a little staff room, and love that almost as like a code to kind of get into that room. And so there is a lot of realism detail in this park. So as you can see right here, fireworks. Okay, so that's a fireworks display. Need to make sure not forget about that. Did not expect that to be back here in the backstage. But really, really good detail. And then here we've got the we'll go ahead and look at this now. We've got the transfer track for this first coaster. And so this would be like the door, the gate to get in there. You've got the fuel and stuff, or the stuff that's going to power that second launch. And then if we actually head up the stairs, we got the transfer track in here. So that's just really cool. That's one thing too is, obviously I make a lot of stuff looking like that, but adding in those extra little push buttons there is nice. So that's a really, really, really cool touch. So I'll try to make sure and remember to do the fireworks at the end. So then, this is my kind of park right here. Backstage. Oh, you even got the rats running around with the food. Disgusting. And then it looks like a lot of it's connected. So that's a really cool touch, just having a lot of this stuff connected here. So CJ's Gifts. And I like this, using this as what would be a park map if we could import photos. So world famous scrambled. So referencing scrambled eggs. And just the detail is really, really nice. And I love looking at parks like this in flip cam mode because this is clearly made for guest perspective, right? So you're really getting the best view possible, and there's also music throughout the whole park, which is nice because I don't have to edit in music when editing. So that is really, really nice. And God, those cues right there is really, really cool. Just all the extra detail. And I'm going to say that a lot throughout this build, is the amount of detail that Dipindods or Harry puts in is just amazing. Even the queue for this flat ride, like it's not necessarily a ton to it, but it's so much better than what I basically do, which is just do nothing. So really, really cool. And even just something as simple as using hedges to kind of block off spaces. Now, what I would say is, since you got the hedges going all the way around, you can actually eliminate the curbs on this, because I think that actually takes away from the hedges. So let me show you what I'm talking about, for example, and I want to see if you agree. MJ's flowers. I'm trying to see. Can't tell anything. But yeah, so as we get a quick overview of this kind of small area, this entrance area, really, really well done. You got wide paths initially, but then you've kind of have a couple different options for them to go as it kind of shortens out. So what I would do here is, what type of pathing did you have? You had I would just do that. Because see, to me, that looks better than having that fencing there, because you've got this essentially going all the way around. Now, you would just need to continue this for this last little part here. So that is the only thing, or you could place some kind of custom fencing for the roof, or not custom fencing, but roof panel. But in my opinion, I think that looks pretty good. I gotta find my spots in this park where I can give some advice. So let's hop back in flip cam mode. Flip cam. So I love looking at parks in flip cam now. I think it's just because that's when you go to theme parks. This is how you look at a theme park. You view it from your perspective, which is a guest perspective, and oh my goodness, look at that building. Oh my gosh. And that's a coaster station, I believe. That's insane. So we got the Otterbahn and St. Nick's. Okay. Oh, I didn't see this. I gotta look at that is the distillery. We gotta look at every building in this park, because the amount of detail. So like here you got the Street Fox Coffee. That's a lot of beams and stuff just placed around it. Just adding that extra detail and just kind of making it jumbled a little bit with having those barrels and bags and stuff like that. That's just so well done. And then using rocks to kind of cover up the areas that don't have pathing. Excuse me. Oh, I haven't really seen this too much. I like this idea, using this that comes in the spooky pack as kind of part of fencing. So this is Garden's oldest coaster. So it's called the Otterbahn, which is, as you will see, you will understand why it's the type of coaster that it is. So queue time 17 minutes. Man, this queue must go pretty quick then. Yeah, so as you can see here, I'm trying not to walk through guests because that doesn't make it fun. So you got a little bit of an indoor queue, but most of the queue is outdoor. And one thing that I like is everything's been placed on a grid, so it saves on your percentage. Oh no, no. Already? Well, since we're up here, let's have a look around here. Just kind of get a visual. Ooh, that's St. Nick's. Okay, so that must be a store or something. But yeah, let me hop out of Plipcam mode here, and then we will look at this station. And I mean, my goodness, this is insane. That is incredible. Wow, so let's ride on Otterbahn. I think that's how you pronounce it. Now, this makes a lot of sense that this would be the first coaster in the park, because this is the oldest coaster model in terms of real life coaster model in the game, at least in my opinion, or at least based on my knowledge, which I think that's correct, because I mean, we never see these things anymore. And then also, it's not a long ride, it's pretty short. And I mean, that's kind of what you would see with some older rides, you know, is shorter rides, stuff that doesn't cost as much. That is really cool. Oh, that last little drop here was awesome. So watch your hands. I love that. And then this kind of indoor spot is just perfect. So now let's head back this way. So there's not actually a ton of like coasters in this park. There are 3 coasters. There's the train. And so I don't know how many rides we'll actually be riding, but just the level of detail is just next level. And I think what's amazing about this too is this was all done in challenge mode. That to me just really, really stands out. So we got St. Nick's. Yeah, so this is a gift shop. Really, really nice. Gosh, this makes me want Christmas to come back. Love Christmas music. So there was the exit queue for the coaster. Looks really good. And now we've got another area. So a little bit of elevation change here, which is nice. So I could be wrong, but I don't think there's a ton of elevation change. But when there is some, it's done really well, and and it really gives good kind of sight lines and stuff. And so we've got Renato. This is going to be the that's a flat ride. Okay, or a track ride. Okay, so we'll ride that in a second. Golly, this is just amazing. I mean, the detail on the buildings is insane. Oktoberfest. There we go. So you got Brewhaus there, so that'd be like a brewery. That's awesome. So this is themed around Oktoberfest. You got Professor Wurst. So we got the Beer Haus. So that'd be a restaurant. There's a really good restaurant in Fayetteville, Arkansas, where I went to college that was called, I think it was that name, or something similar, but it was really good. And so now this is the Germany station. So this is the train station. And let's see if I can do this without getting stuck, but there's something really, really cool on here that I need to show you guys is he built a backstage for the trains, which first of all, that's a great view of that building on the top of that coaster. But here we have the trains, and you got this whole backstage area. This is insane. I mean, you've got these cable boxes. Um, my only question is, how did they get this in here? um, but then you got like stuff like this. It's just really good detail. Looks amazing. Love it. So now let's head back and let's look at that track ride. Or not track ride, that yeah, it was a track ride, the flat ride. Gosh, I can't speak today. The track ride that was the Luna Autos, it looked like. And then we'll kind of take a look at this area at night. Everybody loves this track ride. So we got a little queue here. Oh, love the building, and I kind of like how there's like 2 different levels to the queue in this building. So I think that's a really, really cool touch. And get a little view of the track ride right there. So now let's go ahead and hop on this on Renato. So that was a really good little family kids ride, and I think because of the how slow the track ride's going, the ride was a pretty good ride length in terms of time. But I love a lot of little details here. Like this bridge is awesome, really really cool. I mean, your custom light post right there. You've got the bridge cover. How you've masked or kind of had this kind of the terrain kind of map up to the ride was awesome. And then I think my favorite part um, was no bumpins. I love that. So now let's take a look at this area at night. There we go. So it's definitely lit up with a certain style of lighting, which that's one thing that you'll notice throughout the park is continuing using a lot of the same kind of lighting styles or principles. And so using the same kind of orangish light, which looks good, and it's not overdone. Um, One thing I'm really terrible at sometimes is placing lighting and benches and stuff like that, but this is done so well to where I feel like it's something you don't really notice until you see nighttime, like how many light posts there actually are. And so this is really well done. And let's kind of head back here. Ooh, the coaster's lit up red a little bit. Yeah, this is really really well done. Love the sign. So you got those three colors. And then, so you see, it's almost like different areas are colored differently with lights, which is nice. So this is almost like a little bit more of like a purplish tint to it, or pinkish tint. I don't know, I said purple. Um, but yeah, it looks really great. And look at this entrance. Ooh, I didn't even see this. How did I miss this? Little lockers. That's nice. Little locker space. Is it Meet the Princess Daily? Um, yeah, this is awesome. Really, really, really cool. And I like how you got the exit sign there. So that's how that area looks at night. Let's kind of look at the next area at night as well, just to kind of get a good little glimpse of it. All right, so we just got done with Germany. Now let's head to Italy and get some pizza. So some guy who lived here before we bought the land. Oh, that's cool. So little gift shop. I mean, love all the little detail here. So I'm guessing this is probably a restroom. Oh no, you actually do have a gift shop in there. Okay. Um, for people kind of to go in and buy stuff. And so really cool kind of look with the building. And the detailing is awesome. I mean, look at this queue line and the decorative pieces there. That is just awesome. Really well done. It looks like there's some kind of fencing used right there. So that's really, really cool touch. And these, I say this every time, but these flat rides are amazing. And then the detail here of having the two levels of brick with the topiary bushes in between is nice. So you got the arcade. Ooh, you got some nice toilets over here. So good detailing. Even able to put a bench right there for people to kind of wait on their family members or whoever. Looks good. And now we are heading to Italy. And I like the separation of the paths here. I think that's really well done. And you can look across the way at the wooden coaster. So really well done with the lift hill there. And I think that's the Russia area. So we got Luigi's Bakery. I think all of us can learn from the building designs here. And so here we have the train station, I believe. Oh, how did that happen? Oh my gosh, Plipcam, because of this, because of how that path is, Plipcam can't actually get up there. All right, we'll look at it a little bit. So now we are heading to, we gotta look, is this a gelato? Not a big fan of gelato. Had it one time, prefer traditional ice cream. That's just me though. So we got a Big Mermaid. That is a Big Mermaid. Then let's see. Manglofera, I think is how you pronounce that. So this is gonna be a flat ride, but I want to look at the detail behind it because you've even got some. Oh no, that's for another building. Never mind. This park layout is awesome. Like it feels like it's a real family-owned park that's been around for a long time. So there you've got the custom bridge for the train to go over. Then we've got a Pompeii gift shop, so we'll see that after the coaster. But look at that. That is beautiful. So you get the custom fencing. I like that, so you can kind of look down and see I think that's gonna be the launch. So let's see. We're waiting on the coaster. Oh well, we'll see it in a second. So you got some vending machines, which is nice. Got the custom lettering, so I love the Pompeii sign. And now from afar, I think that almost looks like it's too lit up, but then if you actually walk inside, I think it's done really well. And I think it gives off a little bit more of that glow because of having that marble flooring, kind of reflects the light in a certain way. But this is a really cool, it's supposed to be like a hotel, or let's see. And that's kind of my guess. Hotel, restaurant, really nice restaurant or something. But the detailing here is just really, really nice. Really cool. So now let's head on Pompeii. And one thing I love about this, because I've kind of been wanting to do something like this, is before you actually enter the ride area, you've got these lockers to store, to be able to store your belongings at. I kind of want to do something almost like Steel Vengeance has, where your queue line and exit queue kind of meet up a little bit, and you kind of build in some storage lockers like this, where you put it in on one side, get off the coaster, come to the other side, and take it out. So it's pretty cool. So you got locker rental. And now, for the sake of this queue, we're actually going to get out of flip cam mode because we're going to be walking over way too many people. But as you can kind of see the aerial view right now, and look at this station. This is just awesome. This is beautiful. Let's see. So, queue time about 15 minutes. And then now it kind of feels like you're almost in like a tunnel, or like a cave or something. And I like how you've got the coaster on either side kind of going by. So if you're stuck waiting in this long queue, you can kind of get excited by seeing that. And so now here is the coaster, and it looks like a vector. Is that what this one is? Let's see. No, it's the Zenith. So now if we look at the stats, everything's all green, which is great. I will say lateral G-forces are a bit too much. So I'll see if we can maybe point out where that is, but everything looks great. It does say 2 inversions. So let's go ahead and take a ride on the coaster. So that was Pompeii, and that is a very intense coaster, which is kind of funny for this park just because it seems a little bit more like family oriented and stuff. But I want to point out the lighting here. That is so well done, and it's hidden in a way where I didn't even notice that before. Like, that is so well done for the lights. Um, so maybe, so I'm trying to think of some advice to give, because I think it goes so quick throughout the layout. Which in some parts is really good. I just think some areas need a little bit more banking. So like that part there kind of needed some more banking going around the turn. But I actually do really like the coaster choice decision that you went with, because the Zenith, this is the type, if I'm remembering correctly, this would be like the King Ka type. And I like it because this is so forceful. Like, these launches are incredibly forceful compared to the Mac launches or even some of the other Intamin coasters. Like, those hydraulic launches, I mean, they're very, very forceful. Although, in real life, SNS launches are pretty insane. Ooh, I didn't notice that. Did that happen when... Oh, wow. That is really cool. But yeah, I mean, I really did like the coaster, though. I just think some of the higher lateral G's came from some turns where it was going pretty quick and it was underbanked. So usually the trick that I do is I'll overbank it because I know when I smooth it out, that's going to automatically kind of relieve some of the banking. So I might even bank it up to like 78 degrees sometimes, knowing that when I smooth it out, it might end up coming back to around the 50s somewhere. But yeah, really, really enjoyed that. So now let's go back to daytime for a little bit. If I can... There we go. And we're going to stay out of flip cam mode for just a little bit. Head this way. Love this custom fencing. I just think it's really cool and unique, and using that temple rubble on the bottom is really, really nice. So now, you come back to another Italian-themed area. Little Tony's Pizza. That's what I would be getting at a theme park. I do like how you can actually see the pizzas and stuff there. And the pizza boxes and stuff like that. It's cool touch. Staff only. So we got another little staff area back here. No rats on this one, so that's good. So the toilet. And now this ride skin is amazing. Look at that. That's awesome. Oh, you didn't... Okay, I wonder... Yeah, I think you ended up... Did you use the trick? Let's see. Okay, so it looks like you used the trick for this part of it, but maybe not for the middle portion. But that is really cool. Those are tough to make. It's just a matter of figuring out how many of the kind of different poles... Oops, hold on. How many of these different ones do you need to have? But look at this queue. Really, really cool. Love the floral arrangements. You got the little water place. You got the little cross. Oh, never mind. It looked like a cross, but it's the anchor hook right there. Really, really amazing. And then Italy. So we got a little Mexico over here. When, who knows? Don't hold your breath. So over here, so this would be like it's under construction and stuff. So this would be like a new area of the park. So we got Jasmine's Landscaping Company. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. I'm going to have to show that to Jasmine. And I'll need to tell her to take a look around this park. For sure. Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. So thank you for the shout out to Jasmine. I know she'll appreciate that. So now we head over here to Russia. I made most of Russia back in 2021, so I'm sorry if anyone is offended. Oh, I gotcha. We're not even good. Yeah, it's all good. I mean, there's places in Russia I think would be cool to visit. So it'd be pretty cool to kind of build some of these styles. Really, really cool buildings and stuff like that. You built this back in 2021? And you've held out on us this long? I mean, this looks like Moscow, or at least what I envision Moscow and what I've seen. Babushka doll. I'm not even gonna try. This is just awesome. And then we got another train station down here, which is just really, really cool. You got the operator's booth. That is just amazing. Just amazing. Um, and then I'm at a loss for words for your building skills because you've done so many different building styles and you've made it all look so good. Like, for example, okay, so that's an entire. Okay, so you got the window included in that. Or no, hold on. I'm just trying to see what pieces you used. Okay, this is really amazing. And then here we've got the guilty go round. So it'd be like I'm guessing around like a prison. um, so there's no escape. Dot dot dot. Well, nice. And up here you've got a say cop out. So it looks like you got some prison guards, security guards. Yeah, I mean this is really cool. And so you can look out there on the path you just came from, or you can go here on the ride. I mean, the fact that you've made ride skins for essentially every ride is just absolutely impressive. Um, this is awesome. And then you know what, we got to look at this part at night too, because what you've done here at night is really cool. Just the lighting of it and stuff. So that looks like you got a bathroom. And we'll ride the coaster in the daytime, but I want us to kind of look at this area in the queue at night. So we've got lockers over here again, which is nice. Enter. Queue time 15 minutes. I need to add stuff like that. So it's called Polar Bear. Welcome to the expedition. Oh, sorry. Welcome to the expedition to locate the elusive polar bear. Okay. Be prepared to journey through the freezing mountainside. Or you know what? I feel like we could ride this one at night. I don't know. We'll see. Are you brave enough to go face to face with the wild polar bear? Dun dun dun. Now here we go. Up to the queue if we're working, or up to the station. Good gosh, working our way up. And then look at this station building again. I mean, just wow. Oh, there's the fireworks that we'll look at the end. Just absolutely stunning. So I'm going to pause that and let's go ahead and switch back to daytime. So we can look at the stats on the coaster real quick. And the detail in this station is just so good. And I like how you've got the ride attendant there. Oh, and you've done this too, which I like when I see people do this, of placing the scaffolding pieces beneath the track on spots where maybe, well, in this place you got it covered, on spots where it's going over where people would walk so that nothing would fall through the track. So that's a cool little touch there. So let's take a look at these stats for Polar Bear. Once again, all green, which is great. G-forces look really good on this one. Max speed or max drop of 125 feet, 0 inversions, 5 airtime hills. So I'll talk to you after the coaster. I wonder if anybody can guess what I love the most about that coaster. Anybody guess? The transfer track. Now this is so well done. So well done. Just having this piece here on the end is perfect because sometimes like trying to figure out what piece could go right there. You've got your iron girder that would, this in theory would just slide over. And so really, really, really well done. You've decked this out really nice as well. And then I love how you've got this walkway up here. And you've got even more down here. Just excellent. There's nothing else to say other than excellent. In terms of the coaster, really good. I mean, I know we talked about steepness of the hill, and you said by the time you realized that, you'd already made the coaster. So I totally understand that. But I love the layout. I think the layout is awesome. I think it was overall was smooth, and the kind of turns and stuff. Like it truly felt. It felt like you were in these mountains trying to find a polar bear. Like you did such a good job with the theming, with just the amount of trees. You didn't overdo it. With how you've terrain painted the area to make it feel more rocky instead of like grass and hills and stuff. Just really, really, really well done. And I love the little pieces of snow that are on the roof and stuff like that. So now when we had the exit, you got the exit sign there, which is nice. And I like the roping here as part of the custom fence. That's a really, really good touch. And then ride photo area. I mean, look at the detail in here. So the expedition photo, your cashier is where you'd buy your photo from. And I like how you did that to try to get guests to actually kind of use that space. So really well done. And the detail, like all the stuff you got on the walls in there is really, really well done. So it's like a little gift shop as well. And this is called the Expedition Outpost. Wow. Just really, really, really cool. Now, let's go ahead and let's see the train. Where is the train at? It's called the Iron Horse Railway. There we go. We'll just perfect timing. We're going right by the transfer track area. It's like every train's in a station. But yeah, I mean, this railway's done really nice because you have 3 different stops, and it truly does take you around the park, but it's a little bit more of like a scenic one because it's not necessarily right in the front of the park where you get on the train. It's kind of in the edges of the park. There's one kind of in the middle, and then you got kind of 2 on the edges. So to me, it's got a little bit more of just like a scenic route to it. But this is really, really cool. And, you know, I can't believe this. There's something I forgot to mention on that wooden coaster that I will talk about in a second. Let's see if this one, yeah, this is about to go by it. Which that is a great view right there of that lift hill or that first drop on Polar Bear. And I love this custom bridge. And then you see the cube ride over there, which actually isn't as intense as it maybe looks in real life. Just don't close your eyes on it because it kind of disorients you if you do that. And once again, like really masking the terrain to the track that's done so well. So we'll look more detailed at that in a second. But look at those custom supports on that wooden coaster there. That is awesome. At least I believe those are custom. So custom supporting that turnaround is done so well. And so let's actually... Yeah, that's definitely custom supported. So that is so well done. And yep, that's custom supported as well for this turnaround. And then is there anywhere else? Looks like you got a little bit of that here. So what probably happened is it probably took out enough to where it felt unrealistic, maybe. So you kind of went through and did that. But the custom supports that you've done here are really, really well done, especially right here, because you don't see too many people custom support a wooden coaster on console. or heck on on PC for that matter, but it looks amazing. And so what I was talking about with the terrain is like, look at the level of the terrain compared to the coaster track. That is so well done. Ooh, that is a cool kind of photo. Um, yeah, that is really, really well done. And it's like that throughout. So if you go, I think it was over here as well. Yeah, I mean, so you just see the how this is kind of gosh, I can't speak. You know what I'm trying to say. So really well done. There's another sign for Luigi's. So I mean, I think we touched on everything. Um, just kind of doing a last overlook of the park. I believe this is on like 80%, so there is space if you ever did want to come back and add some to it. Although, I mean, Harry, this took you like a year and a half, so um, no, this is an amazing park. I'm definitely gonna keep this one downloaded to look at and get reference from for building styles. I mean, my favorite buildings are a lot of the ones kind of here in the main area because they're just very generic. And so with I'm kind of with the theme parks I like going to, I like kind of a lot of the generic stuff. But in terms of like the three main areas, oh, I would say my favorite's probably the German area, but I think the Russian area to me was, even though it's not my favorite of the three, I think how you built the buildings, like it really, really stands out. Like you don't have to have a sign to know that this is supposed to look Russian for you to pick up on that. So that's a really, really good job. I think this coaster was my favorite. Really, really good coaster. And yeah, now one thing I didn't mention before is this coaster does not go upside down, but it said it had two inversions. And I think that's from this part here, because technically, if your banking is over 90 degrees, it's going to count it as an inversion. So what it says here is since it's banked over 90 degrees, it's saying that it went upside down, even though it didn't. And then same thing on this part over here. So it's funny because talking with Harry the other day was saying that he's made 5 coasters in this game and still has yet to make one that's inverted or that goes upside down. So yeah, I guess technically from the game standards you have, but it's kind of weird how the game does that. So yeah, but thank you once again so much for watching. And oh, you know what? Before we go, we've got to watch a fireworks show. So I will fast forward to the time and we'll check out the fireworks show. So that was the quick fireworks display, as there was 2 different times, and it wasn't necessarily meant to be a whole show. But really good job overall with this park. I mean, like I've said before, absolutely love it. I really appreciate all the support that you give to Jasmine and I, and all of your advice and your tips and tricks that you have for creating buildings and stuff like that. But that's part of how we get better in this game, is by learning from other people and stuff. So I'm definitely going to keep this park download to go back and reference and get some ideas from. And as I said, thank you so much for all your support. And then for everybody else watching this video, thank you so much. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to click on the link below to download this park from the workshop and go check it out for yourself. And I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Talk to y'all later.